Hello again, YouTube. Uh, Back on this 30th of July 2016 date. One of my subs put a comment asking if I was going to make a second part on the 30th of July. And I just, to be honest, I responded and say, look, to be honest, I haven't looked for anything. I was quite happy with it the way it was. Um, but then I also got a further comment on the previous video pointing towards the 30th of July. Just to say, if you haven't seen the video pointing to the 30th of July, I'll put a link below. Well worth watching that one because this one will make more sense once you've seen that. But someone put in there that the 20th of June, which was the third day after the 17th of June, when the sun rose on the summer solstice, was 444 days from the third blood moon. Now, that piqued my attention because that third blood moon I'd previously found a big pattern, which I will again, yeah, I'll put it on the screen, but I will just put a link to the video below, so if you want that unpacked and you want the depth of that, it's all there. But that third blood moon, let's just look at that, because it was on the 4th, remember it's 444 days, so it was on the 4th of the 4th, April the 4th, 2015. It lasted for 4 minutes and 44 seconds. It finished on the 44th minute of the hour. All those fours, and then it turns out it's 444 days. There was other specific things about that moon which made me go, this is an important one. It was at midnight over the Pacific, which meant it was 3 p.m. in Jerusalem. Again, on the fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet is Dalet, which means door. Revelation 4 starts with John seeing an open door in heaven, and it was the 4th day after the big sign that I'd seen pointing towards the 31st of March, which was Triumphant Entry 2015. And the other significant part about it, it was on Passover, the Jews drink 4 cups, and the third of those 4 cups means redemption. So yeah, let's just confirm then that's 444 days from the third blood moon of the tetrad to the 20th of June 2016. Now that pointed to the day in my pattern of when Jesus rose. So I thought, if this moon is important, there's probably something which links it to the 30th of July, which I believe is the potential rapture, judgment, end of the world, date. Potential. I'm not saying it is. And it turns out that from the 4th of April 2015 to the 30th of July 2016 is 69 weeks exactly. 69 weeks. And more than just being 69 weeks, it's broken down from Passover 2015 to Pentecost, which was the 25th of May, is 7 weeks. It's always going to be 7 weeks, isn't it? So you've got your 7 weeks from Passover to Pentecost, and then from Pentecost 2015 to the 30th of July 2016 is 62 weeks. Now, I know Daniel's 70 weeks are all about something much, much bigger, but this is just another pattern, another shadow of what I believe is happening here. So we have those 69 weeks there. So if I put the full chart up on the screen then, this is what we have now. We have the I will just talk you through it very quickly. So from the midpoint of the tetrad, which was the 5th of Jan 2015, we've got all those 176 day jumps, because there were 176 days between the moons and 176 days between the midpoint of the tetrad and the Bethlehem conjunction, which all pointed towards the 17th of June. Turns out that 3 days after the 17th of June, which I realised pointed to death, and if you haven't seen the 17th of June patterns, I'll put a link to that as well below. And the summer solstice, when 3 days later, when the sun rose, gives us 40 days. That also, as I said before, is 69 weeks, 7 weeks and 62 weeks. There's 444 days from the third blood moon to the summer solstice, and I'd already confirmed it by 2 counts of 153 from a sign which I'd seen, which I'll also link below, on Purim or just after Purim 2016. Now, I still don't know, but all I know is that if you look, I mean, I know this is a pattern, right? And you've got the base pattern here, but if you go into every single one of these signs, every single one piece of that what's there, you'll find a myriad of data, a myriad of information supporting each one of those signs. So if you start putting all of those pieces together, and you know, I think all I can say is what's happening, or what I think is happening, appears to be divine, because I can't make this stuff up in my head. You know, I might have come up with this the 30th of July day, but what's the chances of it being 69 weeks exactly broken into 7 weeks and 62 weeks? What's the chances of the blood moon and all the fours being 444 days? I don't know. You know, on laws of probability, I think I'm way outside any random chance here. Yeah, it still may not point to the rapture. It still may not be the day. It's just a glorious pattern in the heavens. And so be it. Anyway, there might be a part 3 at some point. Who knows? If the Lord reveals more, or if anybody else puts comments on, then we will see. But for now, you know, thanks for watching. God bless you all. Cheers. Bye-bye.